Let's see what Florian Esterer thinks JPMorgan will report. He's a senior portfolio manager. He hopes to oversee something like $58 billion at Swisscanto Asset Management in Zurich. So what do you make of this Deutsche Bank research, first of all, Florian? And a very good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you. I think there are two parts to the research. One is there's lots of truth in it, but it is partly driven by the ECB and the Fed deliberately keeping the interest rate structure as it is to help these banks earn out their way out of the difficulties and the provisions they need to make. So part of the problems they're taking right now is, of course, deliberately constructed by the central banks. The other part is what the research doesn't show is actually that if you look at it from a shareholder's perspective, so on an EPS view, the view changes dramatically. So because of the capital raising they've done over the last several years, it has, on a shareholder view, they've been massively dilutive. So we're way below historical EPS levels, of course.
Essentially because they're having to bolster their balance sheet here and having different capital requirements.
Yes, and that's really the third part. It's not clear how many of these earnings are really able to be repatriated to shareholders. A lot of company management, bank managements, if we talk to them, they say, well, we'll keep these earnings because we just don't know at this point in time what the capital requirements will be, and therefore we'll just hoard them for the time being because we believe Basel III will be much more restrictive than what we have right now.
How does this play out for JPMorgan Chase then today?
I think they will show very good earnings, but these earnings will have very little to do with their normal banking business, but it will be, again, driven by a lot of the investment banking. That is the part that is driven by the ECB and Fed interest rate structure. And I think we have seen the peak in provisions, so I think these will come down and these will bolster earnings as well.
What about the downside, though? We're looking at credit card losses. We're also looking perhaps at home lending here, too.
Yes, I think what we'll see is actually the foreclosures and the non-performing loans will continue to increase, but the provisions the banks have taken for these prospectively have, I think, reached their peak and are probably coming down slowly.
Florian, great to see you as ever. Florian Esterer from Swisscanto Asset Management, just going there, giving us his views as to what we are expecting from JPMorgan Chase.